Wilbur Soot's career didn't just decline, it plummeted in one of the most spectacular implosions in YouTube history after his ex-girlfriend unmasked him as an alleged abuser. He treated the abuse like a stand-up routine, joking about biting my arm in front of crowds until I was literally screaming in agony. He fired off a half-baked apology on Twitter that immediately backfired, causing basically everyone in his inner circle to cut ties. Even the die-hard stans couldn't defend the indefensible, and Wilbur was effectively exiled from the internet. But fast forward to June 2025, and Wilbur Soot has resurfaced with a new upload, desperate to claw back his former glory. Bad luck for Wilbur, the internet has a long memory, and his return didn't go quite as planned. All it did was serve as a wake-up call for people to finally hit that unsubscribe button. Hi, I'm the Venpoint, and I make weekly documentaries. Today, we're dissecting the Wilbur Soot saga, specifically his desperate attempt to sweep these repulsive allegations under the rug. He's back with the same arrogant disregard for his victims, but as we're about to see, this comeback attempt might have just blown. His final shot at redemption. Now, I've already done a deep dive into the allegations in a previous video, but in case you missed it, here is the 60-second crash course to get you up to speed. Wilbur Patrick Spencer Gold, better known as Wilbur Soot, kicked off his YouTube journey way back in 2008 at just 12 years old. He spun up several channels, but his breakout moment came in 2017 with Soot House, where he roasted memes with his friends. He pivoted to a personal channel in March 2019, dropping Minecraft gameplay and original songs. Then came the big break in July 2020, when he joined the Dream SMP, sending his career into the stratosphere. By June 2022, he'd amassed over 6 million subscribers, giving him the leverage to launch a successful indie rock band called Lovejoy in 2021, touring festivals across the globe. But that online empire came crashing down on February 21st, 2024, when streamer Shubble, also known as Shelby Grace, exposed the mental and physical abuse she endured while they were dating. She opened up about the nightmare relationship, describing how he constantly manipulated her and gaslit her. He would bite her so aggressively it left bruises. I'd go home and tell him how uncomfortable I was, how I hated being hurt all the time. I begged him to stop biting so hard. I told him over and over, but he made zero effort to stop hurting me. Even though she didn't drop Wilbur's name during the stream, internet detectives connected the dots almost immediately. Wilbur finally addressed the situation a week later with a Twitter statement that felt less like an apology and more like damage control. As the top reply pointed out, you started by defending yourself, claiming you've changed, and making the whole thing about you. Then you saved the apology for the very end, and even that was weak, apologizing for any pain caused as totally dodging accountability. His tone-deaf response just poured gasoline on the fire. And it didn't end there, because on March 8th, 2024, YouTuber Alice Cosplay came forward with her own story, alleging that he attempted to sexually assault her during a meetup back in 2021. Wilbur never responded to these new claims and instead chose to vanish from the platform entirely. Meanwhile, his band Lovejoy kept touring, playing shows in the US, Australia, and across Asia over the following year. Wilbur quietly uploaded 3 covers to his side channel, but completely ignored the controversy. That is, until June of this year. After over a year of radio silence, Wilbur Soot finally returned on June 19th with a video titled, An Update Video. Hello, people of 2025. I hope you've been well. Surprisingly, he actually tried to address the elephant in the room. There have been a lot of conflicting labels and opinions thrown around about me online over the last year. The loudest voices on both sides have been pretty toxic, all stemming from those accusations made a little over a year ago. But what should have been a moment of genuine reflection and accountability turned out to be just as empty as his tweet. Once again, he refused to apologize or give a straight answer. Look, I'm not here to drop any bombshells. I don't want to rehash old drama. I responded back in February last year, and I still stand by every word of that statement. I get that some people misinterpreted it, probably because of how I phrase things, and I know you want clarity. Wilbur claims that defending himself would mean airing dirty laundry that he's not comfortable sharing. He says offering clarity would require publicly sharing deeply personal parts of his private life and his relationships. I've never been comfortable with that, and I don't think that should be the price of admission for being understood. While wanting privacy is fair, expecting everyone to just take his word for it is delusional, especially after letting these massive allegations hang in the air for a year with zero concrete answers. One comment summed it up perfectly. If you want a chance at redemption, you have to tell your side. You can't expect people to blindly trust someone accused of hurting others. Either explain yourself or stay in the hole you've dug. You can't keep using being busy as an excuse. Most of the internet wasn't exactly in a giving mood, so instead of advice, they absolutely roasted his disastrous non-apology with comments saying it felt like he was seconds away from breaking out a ukulele. Honestly, the guy looks like a walking corpse. or a Victorian orphan who just tasted Sprite for the very first time. But the part that really made everyone's blood boil was his sheer audacity to claim he just refuses to accept the labels the internet has placed on him. To quote the man himself, "All I can say is that the labels that have been attributed to me by social media are not true and I do not accept them." Like he thinks saying "nuh-uh" is some magic spell that erases massive allegations, or, as one furious user pointed out, saying the label attributed to me is not true and I do not accept. It is wild. Because I didn't realize you could just veto reality when your entire career and your paycheck relies on people liking you. You cannot simply opt out of accountability. Wilbur either misses the point entirely or worse. He is actively choosing to bury his head in the sand, praying the drama dissolves so he never has to actually look it in the eye. Then to really twist the knife, he pivoted straight into a promo for his band Lovejoy, trying to hype up their new tracks. Obviously, the audience did not take this well, with people pointing out that plugging your mixtape in the middle of a statement about abuse allegations is absolutely unhinged. Dropping a statement like that and immediately pivoting to a sales pitch is a bold strategy, and many accuse the video of being nothing but clickbait, designed solely to market his songs, basically implying this entire video was just an engagement trap meant to boost his music numbers. He also dropped the news that he is coming back to YouTube, but he is abandoning Minecraft content completely, saying, "I am returning to making videos, but I am likely done with Minecraft for now," instead shifting his focus to geography content, claiming this is something I have been planning for years, saying, "Some of you might recall back in 2022, I had this concept for a weird geography series and decided to dump this on his secondary channel, thinking instead of posting on my main hub, I would migrate everything to my old channel from 2017, which technically makes sense strategically. Because if he wants any shot at a career resurrection, he has to stay far away from the Minecraft scene since that bridge is thoroughly burned. So he is pulling the classic canceled influencer move, vanish for a few months, then pop back up with a soft launch on a side channel and just gaslight the audience into thinking everything is fine. A tactic that worked for people like Colleen Ballinger and Cody KO, and terrifyingly enough, it seems to be working for Wilbur too, at least partially, while his main channel upload got absolutely ratioed, resulting in a massive subscriber drop and a comment section full of people joking that they forgot they were even subscribed, saying things like, "Oh damn, I still have notifications on for this," or "I never unsubbed and just got the jump scare of a lifetime feeling like a text message from a deceased relative." Yet, on the exact same day he posted that disaster, he also dropped a fresh video on his backup channel called "How My Flag Got Radicalized." It was basically a 20-minute rambling session about vexillology and his feelings on flags. Nothing groundbreaking, but compared to the update video, where he was getting destroyed, the comments here are shockingly supportive, with one of the top replies literally saying, "Can we please get more of this specific genre? Just Wilbur yapping passionately about random topics for 20 minutes into a tiny microphone." Calling it brilliant, and it is likely this disparity exists because the people still lurking on that old secondary channel are casuals who have no idea the controversy even happened, or perhaps these are the die-hard superfans, the ones who looked at the disturbing allegations and shrugged, preferring to support him in the safe space of a smaller, lower traffic hub. But do not get it twisted. This does not guarantee a full comeback. In fact, he is miles away from that outcome. Most likely, he will just keep posting to this side channel, curating a tiny echo chamber of fans who just want content, even if that audience is a shadow of what he used to have. There is also the very real possibility that the relentless backlash hunts him down and forces him into exile again. Only time will tell. But no matter what happens, at least his comeback attempt wasn't as pathetic as the Liver King's.